What's going on? Jason Phillips here, owner and founder of the Nutritional Coaching Institute and owner and founder of the Business Coaching Institute. And today we are talking about how to stand out as an online nutrition coach in 2022. And so as I'm filming this right now, it is November 2021. And we know that the New Year's rush is coming. We know that fitness is probably one of the biggest industries in January, February. And we know that as an online nutrition coach, you probably want to be in a position to take advantage of that. It's a great way to start the year out, to get some revenue in and ultimately scale your business throughout the year. If you have everything together, it's around this time that I see coaches starting their planning. And when we start to do a deep dive into their planning, it's where I really identify three major mistakes that I think all coaches are making and three things I don't want you to make so that next year can be successful for you. So let's dive into what they are. The first thing is nobody knows who you are. If you've watched any of my other videos on the channel, you know that I believe in a 5-stage process of conversion. And that conversion starts with attention. It goes attention, engagement, intimacy, sales, and ultimately cash collection. But if nobody knows who you are and nobody knows why they should know who you are, then chances are you're not going to be successful. You're just going to be another commodity, another individual trying to pitch them on losing fat or gaining muscle or whatever it is that you're trying to do, but you have no story, you have no why, you have no real reason as to why they should connect with you. So the way that you solve that, first and foremost, is choose your platforms. Now, I know that everybody says you have to be everywhere all the time, but in the very beginning of business as a solopreneur, it's very difficult to be everywhere all the time. So I advise you to choose 1, 2, maybe 3 platforms. Be hyper consistent and don't look back. Now, don't play the short game. Don't judge the fruits of your labor today, tomorrow, or even next week. This is something you need to commit to today and never look back. It's something that if you're watching this video in 2021, you should remind yourself in 2031 that these are the tactics you still need to be doing. I believe right before we filmed this, Gary Vee had just posted, I want to thank you today, just like I did 8 years ago, for your attention. Literally for 8 years, he's been talking about attention being currency. I think if you're an online coach, you need attention. Please don't confuse that with being an influencer. You don't need an influencer. You don't need attention for all the wrong reasons. You need the attention of your ideal customer. That means you need to know where they are, what they're doing, who they're already buying from, what solutions they're already seeking out, and you need to insert yourself into those traffic streams just to become visible. Not to sell them anything, not to make them hypey promises, but just to insert yourself, capture their attention, and allow them to follow you, right? Because if they're following you and you're continuing to put out valuable content, chances are that at some point, one of those pieces of content is going to resonate enough to where maybe they want to reach out, or maybe they'll share it with a friend that needs your service, okay? So the first thing is nobody knows who you are. The second thing is you don't have a clearly defined offer. You would be shocked, and maybe not if you're watching this video, at the number of coaches I survey and I ask them, well, what's your offer? And I get back, well, for some people it's this much per month, or, sometimes I do 3 months, or sometimes 6 months, or sometimes 12 months. And, if they want this, then I charge this, or if they want these 2 services, then I charge that. That's not one offer. That's a lot of different offers. And honestly, it's confusing. Maybe you even fell asleep while I was just saying that part. I don't know, but at the end of the day, I do know this. Consumers want to buy one thing and they want to buy a solution. If you don't have an offer that presents a relevant solution to what they are actively searching for, you are not going to stand out. Once again, you're going to become a commodity. You're going to be just like every other coach under the sun, selling them crazy fat loss tactics, crazy processes that they don't even like, and ultimately you're not going to be getting their money, you're not going to be getting clients, and you're not going to be building a business. Instead, your offer should be crystal clear. It should speak to the time in which they're going to achieve their outcome. It should be to their dream outcome. The principle of relevancy must exist inside of your offer. It must bring down their fears of not achieving that outcome, and it should probably include some sort of guarantee. It could be money back, it could be time delay, whatever it is. There's several different guarantees you can do. But if you use those 4 things and you insert them into your offer and you start speaking directly to your ideal client whose attention you have, chances are you're going to be more successful. And the final thing that I see coaches making massive mistakes is they're attributing all of the success inside of coaching to working with you, the coach. And that could not be more flawed. The reality is if you sell yourself, you're never going to be able to scale. You're only going to be able to sell clients on working with you. Sure, you might hit $10,000, $12,000 a month, but at some point I assume you're going to want to stop working. I don't think you're going to want to be coaching individuals till you're 65, 70 years old. And if you're selling yourself, how else are you not going to be able to coach? Instead, what you need to be selling is a system of wins. Every coaching process is developed on wins, whether you realize it or not. And I encourage you, if you're watching this video right now, go write out your process. Write down, what is step 1 that I do with my client? What is step 2, step 3, step 4, 5, step 1 million? I don't know. However many steps that you put a client through, I want you to write them down. And I want you to extract the big rocks, the big dominoes that you push down as you start to create success for your clients. And I want you to label those the wins. Now, it's much better to tell a prospective client, Mrs. Jones, at first we're going to restore your metabolism, then we are going to rapidly lose fat, then I'm going to teach you how to keep the fat off. That's way more appealing than Mrs. Jones hearing, well, first thing we're going to do is an intake form, then I'm going to set you up on a plan, then you're going to have to check in with me every week, and then we'll make these adjustments, and we'll adjust your cardio, and adjust your training, and adjust your macros. Remember, psychologically speaking, your clients are where they are. They're overweight, or they're out of shape, or they're lacking health, or they've yet to achieve their performance or aesthetics or longevity goals because they probably don't love health and fitness. And so the more you sell them processes around health and fitness, the more you're speaking to things they don't inherently love. Instead, let's propose new opportunities. Let's propose new ideas and new wins that will become relevant to them. Things they know they need to achieve in order to achieve their ultimate outcome. Again, we're not talking about how, but we are speaking to what. And when we start speaking to those relevant outcomes, all of a sudden your clients are far more willing to listen. Now, again, if you go back and you become known to all of your ideal clients, if you have an extremely compelling offer that stands out in the space, and it's built on the back of wins that you can tangibly deliver and ultimately scale inside of your business, 2022 is going to be an amazing year. Of course, if I can help you with that, don't be afraid to reach out. I've also, below this video, inserted a link that I think will ultimately help you. If you have people that know who you are, if you have a good offer, and if you are built on the back of the wins, I've shared a free training of 3 different ways you can immediately go add $10,000 a month into your business. Click that link, check it out. I've got nothing to sell you on the other side. I just want to see you crush it next year. So, as always, guys, Jason Phillips, owner of NCI, much love, and go create impact over everything.